Hello everyone. In today's video we are going to learn solving linear equations using Gauss-Seidel method. The Gauss-Seidel method is based on iterations. In this method we try to find out best approximation of the solution. It doesn't give us the exact solution. It is mainly useful when we cannot find the unique solution by direct methods, then we go for Gauss-Seidel method. And here what is the meaning of iterations? Iterations means doing the calculations repeatedly. Means the after first iteration means first calculation we get some solution, and by doing the multiple calculations, the same calculation by multiple times, we rectify or we get the better solution than previous one. So this method is based on that. Now for this, to understand the method, let us consider system of three independent equations with three variables. So here we start with three independent equations. Three equations are we have taken, and there are three variables x1, x2, x3. So three equations we considered as a11 x1, a12 x2 plus a13 x3 is equal to b1. Second is a21 x1 plus a22 x2, a23 x3 is equal to b2. a31 x1 plus a32 x2 plus a33 x3 is equal to b3. Now there is one mandatory condition to apply Gauss-Seidel method. This is not applicable everywhere. If the given set of equations satisfy that condition, then only we can apply Gauss-Seidel method. So what is that condition? That condition is if the given equations are diagonally dominant. So if the given equations are diagonally dominant, then only we can apply Gauss-Seidel method. Now what is the meaning of diagonally dominant? So if we try to understand the meaning of dominant means anyone. If we talk about persons, the one person who can rule over others, one itself is enough for many, so then we say that he is or she is dominant. Okay, so in this case, what is the meaning of diagonally dominant? Let's understand that first. Diagonally means diagonal element. The first thing it comes to our mind is diagonal element. So if we write coefficient matrix of the given equations, so how we write coefficient matrix of given equations? This is the coefficient matrix of given equations. Coefficient of all the variables we write in matrix form. So A is coefficient matrix, consists a11, a12, a13, a21, a22, a23, a31, a32, a33. Now diagonally dominant means if magnitude of diagonal elements. So here you can identify diagonal elements. So these are the diagonal elements. If magnitude of diagonal elements is greater than sum of magnitude of remaining elements of that particular row. So if we consider first row, a11 is the diagonal element of that row. So magnitude of this should be greater than sum of these two. So magnitude we have taken, suppose if in equation it is minus sign, so we don't consider minus, we just take the plus sign or magnitude of that. So sum of these two should be greater than this. Now go to the second row. This is the diagonal element, so this should be greater than sum of remaining two. Similarly for third one, a33 should be greater than sum of magnitude of remaining two. Now let's check the our understanding. Have we understood it or not? So I have taken 2-3 examples and we'll see. So to check the diagonally dominance, we need to write coefficient matrix of the given matrix. So let's write the coefficient matrix of this. So what is the coefficient matrix? This is the coefficient matrix for the given equations. Now we'll check for the conditions. So condition says that diagonal element should be greater than sum of modulus of remaining two. So if modulus means we need not to consider this minus sign. So 3 plus 4, 7. 7 is less than 12. Now go to second one, 9. Since minus sign should not be considered, so 9 is greater than 5 plus 1 6, so 9 is greater than 6. Now go to the third one. This is the diagonal element, so 20 is greater than 12, sum of these two. So the given set is diagonally dominant. Now go to the next example. Here let's see. Now we understand that these are the diagonal element. If we write, so 28 is greater than 4 plus 1 5. Let's try to find out directly. 28 is greater than 5, but in this case 3 is not greater than 11, and in third case this is the diagonal element, so 4 is not greater than 19. So the given equations are not diagonally dominant directly, but can we reduce it to the diagonally dominant form? Since the writing, how we are writing first equation or second equation, that doesn't matter, as row exchange is allowed. Okay, so let's rewrite these equations so that we can get the diagonally dominant form. So how we can write? Let's see. So when I rewrite the equation, I have interchanged these two equations. This has gone to the second place and it has come to the third place. So now let's write the coefficient matrix for this. So I get 28, 4, minus 1, 2, 17, 4, 1, 3, 10. So now let's verify the condition. 28 is greater than 5, as the minus sign should not be considered. 17 is greater than 6, sum of these two, and 10 is greater than 4. So now in this form the system is diagonally dominant. So to apply Gauss-Seidel method, we can rearrange the equations and try to make them in diagonally dominant form. So now we can apply Gauss-Seidel method to these equations. Now we will not consider in this form, we'll go ahead with this. Now let's go to the third equation. What is third equation? Let's write the coefficient matrix for this. 2, minus 3, 4, 2, minus 6, minus 1, 4, 2, 12. So this 2 is not greater than these two. 6 is greater than 3 and 12 is greater than 6. So, but first one is not diagonally dominant. So is there any way, if we exchange these equations, is it possible to make it diagonally dominant? Just think, take a pause and think. It is not possible, because if I rearrange it somewhere, none of the equation is giving first element as more than sum of remaining two. So this set of equation is not diagonally dominant. Okay, so we cannot apply Gauss-Seidel method to third example. First one in direct form we can apply, second one after reducing it to this form we can apply, but third one is not possible to solve using Gauss-Seidel method. So that is the meaning of diagonally dominance. I hope it is clear. Now let's understand the method. Okay, so method is, after verifying the conditions for diagonally dominance, once we are sure that it is diagonally dominant, then we rewrite the equations in this form. x1, since a1, how we have chosen to write x1, x2, x3? See here, from this starting, we started from here. So since these are in diagonally dominant, we take x1 from first one, x2 from second one, and x3 from third one. So x1 will be b1 minus a12 x2 minus a13 x3 divided by a11. It's nothing but just finding the value of x1 using first one, then x2 using second one, and then x3 using third one. So that is what we write here, and using these three equations we do repeated calculations and get the solution of the given equations. And so here we should remember that we start with initial solution, that may be x0 is equal to 0, y0 is equal to 0, and z0 equal to 0. Or if given in the question. Okay, so first solution we assume as 0 0 0, and if some solution is already given, that if question says start with 1 1 1 or 1 2 0, whatever it is given, we take that. If it is not given in the question, we start with 0 0 0. So that is Gauss-Seidel method, and where it can be applied. And now in next video we will do example related to this. So please try to understand the method properly. Okay, so we'll do in see you in next video. Thank you.